In a romantic relationship, applying the principles of positive psychology together with the calming and supportive energy of green, it can significantly enhance the happiness between partners. There is no shortcut on the journey of inner growth. It requires us to repeatedly confront our fear and doubts, bringing us closer to our authentic self with each choice. Yoo-hoo! Welcome to Galaxy Manifesto. This is Yvonne. On the journey of learning love and wisdom, we're never alone. If this is your first time here, I want to warmly welcome you. This is a channel where we explore our inner world through color perception, develop our sixth sense, dive into subconscious, and gently move towards self-healing and a more joyful life. Now we're stepping into the third weekend of May, and the season is beginning to shift. There is a hint of early summer in the air. For many people, this is a time of getting ready for graduation, for travel, for career change, or simply for something new that's been quietly growing inside. Even if nothing is changing on the outside, our inner world is often preparing for a subtle transformation during this time of year. So today, I invite you to pause with me, take a deep breath, and gently turn your attention inward. Ask yourself, what new beginning am I ready to welcome? Through the language of color, we will explore a hidden corner of your heart and allow the answers and inner strength you have been waiting for to gently rise to the surface. Friendly reminder, if you only want to watch the main topic and prefer to skip the meditation part, feel free to use the timestamp in the description box to jump straight to the topic section.
Now I invite you to find a space where you can be completely quiet and alone. You may choose to sit down or lie down. Allow yourself to fully relax and feel at ease in your surroundings. Gently close your eyes. Now I want you to turn into yourself. Listen to the vibrations of the singing bowl in this moment. Let its frequency pass through the air, slowly warping around your body. Let's begin by focusing on your breath. Slowly exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. If you notice thoughts arising in your mind, that's okay. It's normal. There's no need to push them away. Simply and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, try to imagine that all your worries and negative emotions are like a cloud of gray-black smoke slowly being released with each breath out. Exhale, inhale. Let go of everything that no longer serves you, everything that no longer belongs to you. Release it completely with your breath. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. If some emotions feels especially heavy, that's okay. There's no need to rush or force them out all at once. Just release a little more with each exhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep breathing this way, feeling your breath becoming lighter and slower. Your body seems to merge with the air around you, as if you can no longer tell whether you are breathing or if the world is breathing through you. Exhale, inhale.
When you are ready, gently move your fingers and toes, keeping your eyes closed. With this deep sense of calm, ask yourself the first question. What color is my feeling right now? Once you receive your answer, ask yourself the second question. What color is my emotion right now? As you ask this question, shift your perspective upward onto your third eye and observe what color you sense in this moment. After receiving answers to these two questions, I recommend write them down as a record for future references and analysis. If you don't see or sense any colors in your initial color perception practice, that's completely okay. Instead, try silently repeating the name of colors in your mind. Red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, black, and white. Let each color pass through your visual awareness one by one until you feel that particular color truly represents your current state. Color perception exercises are closely related to strengthening our sixth sense. I encourage you to learn to trust your intuition. Most of the time, the first image or idea that comes to mind without overthinking is your most honest inner voice. Just stay open and optimistic as you explore your own sensory experience. There's no right or wrong here, only discovery. This unique color perception method that I have developed is designed to enhance our intuitive spiritual connection with colors. This process focuses on strengthening our sixth sense, using intuition to perceive the color associated with our current physical and emotional state. Through this practice, we can gain deeper insight into our subconscious mind. In the upcoming video, I will analyze different color combinations presented in the form of cards. Together, we will explore how to perceive and interpret emotions through colors, and I will provide corresponding explanation to help us better understand our inner subconscious. In the previous episode, I introduced the 10 core meaning of the green on top, deep green on bottom card combination. Today, we're flipping things around to explore the meaning behind the card combination of deep green on top, green on bottom. Imagine a forest bathed in deep emerald and vibrant green light. In this tranquil space, you feel safe and healed, as if each breath fills you with the life energy of nature. This layered hues of deep green above green mirrors the forest lights and shadows, symbolizing the reversed magician in the tarot and the energy of Mercury. In tarot, the magician upright represents the potential of fully utilizing one's talent, whereas reversed, it signifies that this potential is unfocused or unmanifest. Mercury's energy governs communication and thought. It's like a messenger of the soul, guiding us to bridge our conscious mind and subconscious mind. Deep green corresponding to a deep healing power within, and green signifies balance and growth. When deep green overlays green, it implies bringing hidden healing energy into our conscious awareness, promoting holistic balance in mind and body. The subconscious is essentially those thoughts, memories, and feelings buried deep inside us that we are not usually aware of. Through practice like meditation, working with our dreams, and listening to our intuitions, we can gently open the door to subconscious realm and hear the whisper of our inner self. In the healing journey ahead, we will begin with positive emotional imprints and explore 10 core themes that delve into your emotion, psyche, and creativity. Each segment offers warm guidance, simple explanations, and little stories to help you move through inner obstacles and integrate different aspects of your personality. As the video progresses, you will gradually release the stagnant energy represented by the reversed magician, reactivating a Mercury-like agility of mind and communication, and unleashing your own positive power and creativity. Positive emotional imprints are often the beginning of inner transformation. The deep green above symbolizes the wisdom and grounding we gain from past experience, those meaningful moments that quietly shape our foundation. The green below represents fresh hope and endless possibilities, reminding us that after deep reflection, a quiet rebirth is always waiting to emerge. When we learn to embrace our past and grow from it, life begins to unfold in richer, freer ways. Each of us holds cherished emotional imprint within, vivid memories of warmth, joy, or peace that left a lasting feeling in our hearts. This could be moments like laughing with family during childhood, or the joy of seeing a dream come true. Try recalling a time that brings a gentle smile to your face. Maybe it was a sunny afternoon when you were a child, playing freely under the sun, feeling safe and cared for. When we touch these inner imprints, we often feel a wave of calm and security, almost like finding shelter in a quiet emotional sanctuary. Studies have shown that deep green, especially when associated with nature, can help regulate the nervous system and reduce stress. So when we are in an environment surrounded by deep and light greens, our subconscious often registers safety and ease, imprinting those peaceful emotions within. In love, this color combinations reflects a stable and deeply rooted emotional bond, one that quietly builds subconscious trust and emotional safety. When couples share meaningful experience, like a healing trip or a long, heartfelt conversation, it leaves behind emotional imprints of feeling seen and understood. These memories can become a gentle source of warmth and reassurance in the future. For example, imagine a couple walking hand in hand through a lush green park. The deep green shade of the trees above blends softly with the fresh green grass beneath their feet. Surrounded by this calming palette, they feel relaxed, at peace, and their subconscious holds on to that happiness. Later on, whenever they recall this moment, the colors themselves seem to evoke the tranquility and quiet joy of that shared time, becoming a symbol of the steady, loving energy in their relationship. Now let's talk about emotional imprints that can be improved. The deep green on top often symbolize emotional suppression, the words left unsaid, the feelings we have buried, often because of past painful experience or the fear of being judged. But the green below shines like a gentle light, reminding us that healing and change are still possible. When we are willing to honestly face our emotions and express what's been hidden inside, we begin to reclaim our inner freedom and self-trust step by step. This emotional imprint often comes from intense negative experience. Deep green may carry hidden shadows, like jealousy or insecurity build up over time, such as the fear that grows after being betrayed by someone we trust, or the sting that lingers from a harsh criticism in childhood that still makes us feel small when we hear a similar tone today. These kinds of imprints are like unhealed wounds in the subconscious. When similar situations arise, they resurface and hurt us again. In psychology, we understand that traumatic experience can freeze part of our emotional sleeves in the past, making it harder to live fully in the present. In other words, if a painful memory leaves a deep imprint, our emotional reaction might still be stuck in that moment, reliving the fear and sadness over and over again. But the green energy offers an opportunity for healing. When these negative imprints rise to the surface, this color pairing helps us identify what still needs healing. The deep green above highlights the shadow we must face, while the green below brings in hope and renewal, showing us in fact that those emotions can be transformed. Mercury's energy plays a key role here. It represents communication and reason. and it gives us a clarity and courage to process our emotions and untangle the knots of the past. For example, someone who's been betrayed in the past relationship might unconsciously struggle with trust in a new one. That anxiety is a deep green imprint, a fear embedded deep in the subconscious. And yet, at the same time, they may still yearn for love and honest connection. That's the green part, the hope for trust and care. Through open, patient conversation, with the support of a partner who listens and reassures, the imprint begins to soften. The pain of the past gradually fades, replaced by positive new experience. Slowly, the heavy shadow of deep green gives way to the healing light of green below. Let's move on to the third point, happiness imprint and trauma imprints. Happiness is often a quiet unfolding of inner strength. It may come from a genuine connection, a moment of being truly understood, or the courage to break through personal limits. These memories are like the green color below, taking root and growing within us. At the same time, the deep green above reminds us that there may be unhealed wounds hidden in our hearts. Past experience of rejection, loss, or betrayal can remain buried in our emotions, quietly shaping how we love, trust, and express ourselves. Healing begins when we can gently acknowledge these wounds, allow ourselves to be vulnerable, and believe we still hold the power to bloom into happiness again. Happiness imprint come from the experience that brought us joy and fulfillment. They help us hold on to hope and trust even during difficult times. For instance, someone with warm childhood memories often has a greater sense of inner security and a more positive outlook on life. On the other hand, trauma imprints are rooted in painful events. They can plant seeds of fear, grief, or anger in the subconscious, making us more likely to withdraw or become overly defensive in similar situations. Take the example of a young man who has faced both triumph and hardship. He remembers the proud smiles of his parents at his university graduation, a happiness imprint that gives him the courage to move forward. But an early failure in his career left a deep trauma imprint, causing him to doubt himself. These two forces often wrestled within him. The trauma imprint made him fear trying again, while the happiness imprint gave him confidence to keep going. Eventually, he realized both imprints were part of who he is. Through therapy and self-reflection, he learned to embrace his inner wounds while also drawing strength from his positive memories. Slowly, he grew from that failure, discovering that setbacks can also lead to new beginnings. This is an example of transforming trauma into strength. In romantic relationships, deep green often symbolizes old emotional wounds left unhealed, which can create distance and fear of intimacy. But green on the bottom points to the possibility of happiness and healings. Someone who has been hurt in the past may initially put up emotional walls when entering a new relationship. But if their partners respond with gentleness and patience, those subconscious wounds can begin to transform into new happiness imprint, reminding them again of what love feels like. When we learn to embrace each other's vulnerability, trauma can become an opportunity for healing. The combinations of deep green on top and green on bottom also reveals the psychological imbalance. On the surface, these color pairings may seem calm and full of hope, just like the green, which radiates vitality and optimism. But the deep green above often hides inner emotional blocks like self-doubt and closed-off feelings. Many people smile on the outside while quietly struggling with anxiety, insecurity, or lack of confidence within. When deep green appears at the top, it's like a thick, invisible wall around the heart, which represents fears, mistrust, or limiting beliefs that build up over time. This wall blocks us from truly connecting with our emotions. The green at the bottom represents hope and gentle strength, reminding us that deep in our subconscious, we have the potential to grow and change. When the magicians appear reversed in tarot, it suggests that we may doubt our own value, suppress our voice, or struggle to activate our creative power. But the first step toward healing is to honestly admit, I'm feeling afraid. Once we begin that inner dialogue, the shadow of deep green can slowly be softened by the light of hope. For example, a girl who loved to paint always refused to show her artwork to others. After some reflection, she realized this came from a psychological block. She once lost a drawing competition as a child, and since then, she developed the belief, I'm not talented enough. For years, these limiting thoughts lived quietly in her subconscious and held her back every time an opportunity came along. Once she became aware of this, she decided to make a change. She began by repeating positive affirmations like, my self-expression deserves to be seen, and took small steps, starting with showing her artwork to a closer friend. Over time, she realized the wall she felt was just a fear she has built up in her own mind. Her friend's genuine encouragement helped her see that the things holding her back all this time was just a shadow, and that shadow began to fade in the light. Eventually, she felt safe and confident enough to share her creative gifts more freely. In relationships, psychological imbalance may show up as someone who appears calm and confident on the surface, but deep down fears rejection or losing control. These hidden fears can create communication blocks, like struggling to express emotional needs or being afraid to open up. That's why honest, open communication is so important. It helps us to move past these subconscious barriers and allows love and connection to flow more freely. From a personality aspect, this color combination reflects a gentle yet deeply layered character. Green has always been seen as a symbol of balance and harmony. People who are drawn to green tend to be kind, friendly, good listeners, and skilled in communications. They often display cooperation and empathy in relationships, and they value peace and stability while seeking inner calm. The deep green suggests the more secure and grounded side of their personality. They may hold strong responsibility and traditional values, giving others a sense of reliability. On the other hand, the green below represents their innocence, hopeful, and creative side, the part that wants to believe in others and in the goodness of life. With the influence of Mercury, these individuals often have quick thinking and the ability to express themselves clearly, making them appear witty and articulate. However, like any personality trait, the green personality also has its shadow side. A strong desire for harmony may sometimes turn into a tendency to avoid conflict or resist change. This is similar to the reversed magician card in tarot, which suggests passivity or indecisiveness that might cause missed opportunities to express one's true potential. For example, a young woman who is usually kind and understanding toward others finds herself overwhelmed by hidden anger and sadness whenever she's alone. She realized that while she's been working hard to be considerate and caring one, there is also a part of her, the part that feels hurt and frustrated, that has never been heard. Through deep self-reflection, she starts having honest inner conversations. She writes in her journal from the perspective of her anger self, allowing emotions she used to suppress to be expressed. Over time, as she begins to understand and accept the side of herself, she stops holding it back. Instead, she learns to express her needs and boundaries in healthier ways. As a result, she feels more balanced. Her kind and gentle nature remains, but now it's accompanied by inner strength and authenticity because all parts of herself are seen and respected. In romantic relationship, this personality often shows up as reliable and thoughtful partner. For instance, someone with a deep green and green character is usually happy to listen to their partner's thoughts and tends to create a peaceful atmosphere in daily interaction. Just as green below symbolize kindness and care, during disagreements, they prefer calm, rational communications to keep the relationship stable. But sometimes their need for peace leads them to suppress their true feelings, such as staying silent when they're upset out of a subconscious fear of conflict. When this deep green energy becomes too dominant, they may come across as distant or emotionally closed off. If their partner doesn't understand their inner dynamic, they might misinterpret it as indifference or dishonesty. That's why people with this personality need to learn how to balance harmony with self-expression. When their partner becomes aware of their cautious natures and offers more emotional safety, they are more willing to open up. In the end, both partners grow and they enjoy the stability and gentleness that green energy brings, while also learning to overcome the distance that comes from avoiding conflict. When we can accept and integrate the different parts of our personality, we unlock the ability to fully embrace our inner strengths and virtues. From the perspective of positive psychology, the combinations of deep green and green represents a steady and thoughtful kind of optimism. It's not the impulsive kind of positivity driven by sudden excitement, but rather a balanced mindset built on the deep green's introspection and stability, and the green's sense of hope and motivations. People with this mindset don't rush into challenges blindly. They observe, reflect, and then move forward steadily. They believe that difficulty are opportunities for growth, and that as long as they keep moving step by step, they will eventually reach their goals. This kind of optimism isn't about repeating motivational slogans. It's a calm confidence grounded in self-awareness and emotional resilience. Positive psychology is a field of study that focuses on mental well-being and happiness. Unlike traditional psychology, which often focuses on mental illness and dysfunctions, positive psychology emphasizes developing strength and nurturing positive qualities. In simple terms, it asks, what makes life worth living, and how can individuals and community thrive? This includes practices like gratitude, optimism, building healthy relationships, finding meaning in life, and using one's personal strength. By shifting our focus from what's lagging to what's strong within us, we can build greater emotional resilience and overall well-being. In a romantic relationship, applying the principles of positive psychology together with the calming and supportive energy of green, it can significantly enhance the happiness between partners. For instance, if a couple feels stressed by the demand of daily life, they might start a habit of taking quiet walks together under the trees. Just a short stroll through a green park every evening can help them create an unconscious emotional bond, a sense of peace and joy simply from being with each other. That's a positive emotional imprint being formed. They might also decorate their home with green plants, bringing life and freshness in their living space. Every time they see the vibrant greenery, it can serve as a gentle reminder to feel gratitude and affection. That's a practice very similar to what positive psychology encourages. Through these simple acts, couples can continuously strengthen their emotional connection, creating a more joyful and stable relationship. When we cultivate love with steady and thoughtful care, we begin to experience its true depth and lasting meaning. Colors can reflect an individual's or a relationship's value orientation. The combinations of deep green on top and green on bottom represents a tension between material and spiritual, tradition and innovation. It symbolizes how we gradually construct our belief system within stability and tradition. Deep green involves material pursuits like wealth, status, and ambition, while also representing a respect for nature and sustainability. In contrast, green leans toward pure spiritual values such as sincerity, compassion, and growth. When these two greens combine, the upper deep green signifies grounding and particle considerations, like valuing a stable life, while green below emphasize ideals and moral intentions. Subconsciously, this color pairing prompts reflections. Are our values balanced between material and spiritual? Which beliefs are deeply rooted and supportive? And which are aspirational and guiding? Building such values isn't instantaneous but emerged through repeated dialogue, self-questioning, integrations, forming an internal compass that guides sincere choices and maintain clarity in a changing world. Values are the principles and beliefs we hold dear, helping us distinguish right from wrong and guiding significant life decisions. Understanding our core value leads to a more authentic and fulfilling life. When actions align with value, we feel inner harmony. When they conflict, we experience tensions and unease. For instance, if honesty is paramount to you, but you are in an environment that requires insincerity, you might feel significant stress and discomfort. In romantic relationships, partners often need to adjust differing values. One partner might prioritize financial stability and career success, influenced by family upbringing, reflecting deep green value focused on material security. The other might emphasize emotional connection and spiritual alignment, valuing honesty and compassion, embodying green values centered on inner harmony and growth. Initially, these different perspectives might cause frictions, but through mutual influence and learning, both partners can evolve. The former may come to appreciate the fulfillment from emotional support, while the latter recognize the importance of a solid material foundation. Together, they can build a shared value system, deciding to strive for financial stability while nurturing their relationship. They establish mature values like integrity, loyalty, and growth, choosing to face challenges together rather than avoiding them. Just as the two shades of green blend into a harmonious landscape, this couple's values achieve a subconscious balance, grounded yet idealistic, moving forward together towards a shared future. The combinations of deep green above and green below emphasize the importance of inner growth. This color pairing symbolizes that growth isn't about sudden leaps, but rather a slow and profound journey. This deep green on top represents accumulated experience and lesson, sometimes carrying long-held scars and ingrained patterns. This green below resembles new sprouts breaking through the soil, signifying the ongoing renewal and strength in our spiritual growth. On a subconscious level, the deep green reminds us of unsolved issues needing reflections and learning for transformations. The green below encourages us to look forward and believe in possibility of self-improvement. When we face our inner shadows and harness the healing energy of green, we embark on the path of inner growth. In the context of tarot, the reversed magician card offers a similar insight. It suggests we might be underutilizing our potential and need to rediscover our confidence and motivation. This movement becomes an opportunity for inner growth, integrating talents and emotions to make meaningful impact in our life. In relationship, inner growth often involves recognizing unsolved personal issues reflect through our partners. fostering self-awareness and emotional maturity. There is no shortcut on the journey of inner growth. It requires us to repeatedly confront our fear and doubts, bringing us closer to our authentic self with each choice. By slowing down, listening inwardly, and trusting the process, even if it's small change, it can lead to profound future impacts. Inner growth refers to a process of self-discovery and self-improvement across psychological, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. It's a lifelong journey requiring awareness, intentional effort, and commitment to personal development. Through introspections and reflections, we delve into the thoughts and beliefs shaping our life patterns. As our understanding deepens, we gain clarity about our identity, values, and aspirations. Inner growth often encompasses cultivating self-awareness, emotional intelligence, resilience, and a sense of purpose. Consider a woman reflecting on the past few years and noticing a significant shift in how she handles setbacks. Previously, she might have blamed herself and react emotionally. Now, after consistently practice like daily meditations and journaling, she approaches challenges with greater calmness and flexibility. When mistakes occur at work, she analyzes them objectively, accepts her imperfection, and views them as learning opportunities. She's also become more empathetic, handling relationships with increased patience. This transformation highlights the outcome of inner growth, a deeper connection with oneself and the courage to pursue one's ideal self. While inner growth has no definitive endpoint, each step forward contributes to meaningful progress in life. The ninth theme is the culture collective subconscious. The color combinations of deep green on top and green on the bottom symbolize a dynamic culture balance. The deep green above represents the traditional value and ancestry experience we have absorbed since childhood, while the green below reflects the hidden potential for innovations and growth. On the subconscious level, we often carry unspoken expectations and limitations passed down from our families, communities, or even entire societies. Sometimes these traditions are nurturing, they ground us, but at other times, they can become invisible walls that hold us back. The moment we become aware of which belief truly belongs to us and which are inherited voice, we gain the power to honor our roots while still forging a path that's uniquely our own. In many cultures, this pairing of deep green and green plays a powerful symbolic role, influencing how society subconsciously views certain ideas. For example, green is commonly seen as a symbol of life and prosperity. In ancient myths, green often represents abundance and renewal, like springtime sprouts signaling nature's rebirth. In Chinese tradition, green jade is seen as a symbol of kindness and purity, representing noble character. However, there are also intriguing culture contradictions. In Chinese, the face wearing a green hat implies infidelity, causing many men to instinctively avoid green hats. This reflects the influence of the collective subconscious. A color can carry emotional association shaped by culture meaning over generations, even when we're not consciously aware of. Similarly, in Western culture, jealousy is sometimes referred to as the green-eyed monster, a phrase coined by Shakespeare that has deeply embedded itself into the collective psyche. As a result, green can sometimes trigger subconscious associations with envy and deceit. In this way, deep green tends to be linked to heavier, more complex culture association like secrecy or mistrust, while green more often involves positive themes like peace and healing. In addition to traditional culture symbolism, colors are deeply intertwined with the collective subconscious in religions and belief systems. Green holds sacred significance in Islamic culture, symbolizing internal life and the tranquility of paradise. This is why green is prominently featured in the flags and holy sites of Islamic country. In the Indian yoga tradition, green corresponding to the heart chakra, representing unconditional love and compassion, indicating that humanity has long associated green with the energy of love. In astrology, Mercury is represented by the color green as the messenger god. It symbolizes communications, wisdom, and agility in the collective subconscious. Although we may not consciously associate the combination of deep green above and green below with Mercury, this color pairing involves mental agility and a desire for communication, aligning with Mercury's attributes. From the green robes worn by the monks on Wednesday in Thailand to the use of green check marks on the modern social platform to indicate approval or pass. Green has long been imprinted in the human collective psyche as a positive signal of smooth communication. In matter of love, the culture collective subconscious imbues green with meaning that subtle influence behavior. For instance, couples often prefer outdoor weddings surrounded by grass and trees, seeking auspicious symbols of prosperity and enduring growth. Similarly, tokens exchanged between partners may feature green gemstones like jade or emerald, symbolizing steadfast love and internal youth. Unconsciously, the cultural symbolism of deep green and green permeate our subconscious, guiding our experience of love and emotion in specific ways. Understanding this collective color meaning allows us to use them more consciously or avoid potential pitfalls, enabling more effective emotional expressions and culture sensitivity. The combinations of deep green on top, green on bottom has a delightful effect. It stimulates creativity. Psychologically, green is often considered one of the most supportive colors for creative thinking. Associated with vitality and growth, green tones can awaken our inner imaginations and spark inspirations. Scientific study has shown that even briefly looking at green before starting a creative task can improve performance. This may be because green creates a sense of calm and hope, reducing mental defense and allowing subconscious association to flow more freely. The creativity symbolized by this color pairing isn't the kind that strikes in a sudden flash of genius. Instead, it emerged gradually through deep reflections and steady emotional buildup. The deep green on top represents hidden ideas, accumulated experience, and emotions that provide a stable background, creating a safe space for explorations. The green below acts like a playful spark, lighting up the mind with fresh and curious connection. When this internal resource come together and mature, they ignite a unique creative fire. Together, these two greens create a psychological space that feels both grounded and alive, perfect for nurturing inspiration. In tarot, the reverse magician reminds us that creativity can become blocked when we fall into self-doubt or perfectionism. But if we trust our intuition and allow ideas to unfold at their own pace, we can create from a place of inner stability. That's when truly powerful and original work is born. Trusting your intuition is especially important in the creative process. Intuition is like a message from the subconscious, formed when your mind processes information quickly beneath the surface. Many artists and scientists have shared that their best ideas rarely come when they are under pressure. Instead, inspiration often appears during moments of relaxation or while doing simple, unrelated activities. For example, a novelist facing writer's block might go for a run or tend to the garden instead of focusing the story to move forward. As she focuses on her breathing while running or the rhythm of watering plants, dialogues from her characters begins to surface naturally. One idea leads to another, and soon the story begins to flow again. This shows the magic of creativity. When we stop chasing the answer and allow our minds to rest, the subconscious begins quietly solving the puzzle in the background. Eventually, it delivers the solution to us through intuition. Practices like meditations, dream journaling, or simply daydreaming can all create space for our creativity to flourish. Like Mercury's quick and clever energy, those intuitive sparks can shine brightly in our inner universe when we give them room to appear. In relationship, the combinations of deep green on top and green on bottom brings energy that stimulate creativity and vitality. Couple who embrace this energy might explore new hobbies together, like redecorate their room or try fresh ways of communicating. This shared experience breathes new life into the connection, creating subconscious bond filled with playful and creative energy. Mercury's influence also showed up in the way they interact. Maybe they brainstorm a new recipe together or plan a unique green-themed gateway. Through this creative exchange, their relationship stays fresh and lively. Ultimately, this color pairing doesn't just awaken individuals' inspiration. It also adds beauty and originality to how love is expressed, filling everyday life with ongoing creativity and connection. Today, we walk together through a deep and healing journey through the card combinations of deep green on top, green on bottom. We explore everything from positive emotional imprint to the awakening of creativity. Along the way, we witness how healing and inner growth can transform the stuck energy, symbolized by the reversed magician, into the renewed sense of momentum. I hope this few minutes of reflections helped you feel a shift within. The energies of deep green and green merging in your heart, your subconscious and conscious mind working together, and your inner magic coming back to life. We have seen that true transformation begins with awareness. By gently acknowledging the parts of ourselves hidden deep in the subconscious, bravely facing past wounds, and using positive memories to nurture our spirit, each of us carries within a vast reserve of inner strength and limitless potential. When we keep exploring, balancing reflection with action, we can slowly turn stagnation into growth, fear into love, and resistance into creativity. I hope today's sharing serves as a guiding light on your healing path, one that continues to illuminate your inner world and leave you closer to the most authentic, free, and whole version of yourself. Remember, you already hold the wisdom and power within to transform your life. Be gentle with yourself. Every small step forward, it's worth it celebrating. Whenever you feel confused or low, you can revisit the idea we explored today. Perhaps they will bring you new inspiration. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. If you enjoy this content, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about healing and growth. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What part resonates with you most? Do you have a personal story of inner transformation you would like to share? Gratitude to the universe. In our next conversation, we will dive deeper into topics that help awaken your spiritual intuition through color. May you continue walking forward with love and light. See you next time. Yoo-hoo!